My name is Sean Mahoney, and I offer you a peek at the entertainment industry. With that said, let's dive right into it. Hey guys, I'm the Fantastic Stranger, and you are no stranger than I. I am Sean Mahoney, interviewing those in the entertainment industry. Today with me, I have the 90s most iconic bully and voice actor, Justin Shenkarow, and we are here to talk about his new show that is coming up and that he is working so hard on producing. Justin, would you like to tell us a little bit about what it is and what this show is that you're working on?
I absolutely will, Sean. First of all, thank you so much for having me back on the show. The first time was awesome. By the way, I love your new tagline. I think it's super cool. It definitely has like Erie, Indiana vibes, like some fun, kind of stranger, eerie, weird, getting you mysterious kind of setup. And we got to start it off with little Harold. I
Of
mean, every
course.
interview's got to start off with, "Hey, Sean, it's Harold."
I
Good
love
to be
hearing
back.
I love hearing that you are still doing Harold's voice, and I love that you still enjoy it. It brings so much joy to all of us. And I know your project has a little bit to do with some of the voices that you've come up with over the years. How did you come up with this show? What is it called?
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, yeah, thank you, Sean, for having me on to talk about the
Of
show.
course.
It's called It's Your Fault is the name of the show because I'm always blaming everything on everybody else but myself. Why not? It's not my fault. It's your fault.
It's the easier
Um,
way to
and
go.
exactly. And what's crazy is, it's like an overnight success, right? I mean, not that the show's we haven't gotten to that point yet, but we will. And with your help and with everybody's help, I know it's going to be a success and I so appreciate it. But I've been writing and working on this show for 20 years. How
Wow.
insane is that?
That's
I've literally been
insane.
writing and rewriting and retweaking and retooling and working on characters for 20 years until I got to the point where I was like, all right, as good as it's going to get at this point, and we got to shoot something and get it out there and showcase it to the fans and build an audience, build a community, and get it out for the rest of the world. So it's taken quite a long time to get here, but I'm very proud of it. And it is loosely based on my life with a lot of creative license because they always say, write what you know, right? Write what you
Absolutely.
know. And of course, I know about being a child actor growing up in the entertainment business. And so, therefore, that was kind of the inspiration. And then I thought, well, that's all right. But how do I make it work where it's actually myself playing an adult version of me? Because I want to be acting in it. And then I thought, well, let's take a little bit more creative license and let's make this character, a former child actor who's just kind of like a little gross now as an adult, a little lazy, taking a little too much stuff for granted, not really pushing as hard as he needs to be, hustling, getting out in the business, doing what you need to do, be a successful actor is very hard. And he's just kind of resting on his laurels. And he's blaming everything about the lack of his current success on everybody else. But in that process, he actually develops these friendships, or I don't know if they're maybe nemesises of
Ooh.
characters that live in his house. And of course, one of them is Harold. And Harold talks back to him and tells him to whip his ass into shape. Hey, Justin, you're lazy. You gotta work harder. Nobody's gonna do anything for you but yourself. Um, which is fun. So we had fun animating. We took like a little, one of those things you put in your car in the mirror to try to make it smell nice.
Oh, the air fresheners. Right,
The
right,
air
right.
freshener. Yeah, I couldn't come
Yes.
up with the word. The air freshener. So we took an air freshener and pasted Harold's face and body on it. And then we animated him speaking, which was really fun. And then we took an Emmy award that I actually won, and we animated the Emmy talking to me. And the Emmy's got, he's an English very snooty Emmy award, of course. I mean, aren't all Emmy winners very snooty? And he is also a motivator for Justin, and kind of whips him into shape and says, "Get your tuchus up. You can't sleep all day. You have to get ready to audition." Um, so we've got his talking Emmy, and then some other really fun sporadic characters. We even took some moldy cheese that was in my fridge, like, that really stinky blue cheese, and we made his character come to life with like, "Don't eat me, don't eat me. I may stink, but I don't want to get eaten." Oh man, it is fun.
That sounds like such an amazing show, and I really want to see it. I'm not gonna lie, I want to see this
Thank you,
come
buddy.
out.
It is fun. It's I say it's like Schitt's Creek. Remember Schitt's Creek, that great show?
Yes.
Meets the Kardashians. So the
I
premise of the show is, I play this kind of like lazy, out of work adult actor who rests on his kid actor laurels. And my mom is furious that I'm not doing something successful with my life as an actor. So she decides she's going to hire a cameraman on Craigslist and sell her apartment in New York, sell all of her belongings, and move in with me in Los Angeles and shoot a reality show about my life. Because if the Jenners could become famous, why can't the Shenkarows? And of course, all hell breaks loose, and it's just a wild, wild adventure. So it's been so much fun. I shot about an 8-minute pilot presentation, so kind of a condensed version of a pilot. And I've now been releasing clips on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, just a few of them. And my goal is really to find a great executive producer to come on board, maybe like a famous actor, kind of like a Seth Rogen, who's a famous actor and also an executive producer, or an Adam Sandler, or like a famous comedy executive producer who has a deal with one of the studios or the streamers to come on board the project. And then we can go out there and pitch it and sell it. And in the meantime, I'm trying to build a community and get the fans behind it. So I'm really appreciative, Sean, coming on your show and talking about it.
love having you on here, man. It's such a different energy with you on here, and it feels like we could work together on building this community together. I definitely feel that we have something that we could work with.
Me
Um,
too.
what inspired you for this? What was your biggest inspiration?
That's a great question. I have to say, for a long time, I've always looked up to the actors who really create their own work. And it started when I was much younger, when I look at like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, who wrote Good Will Hunting, and that, completely catapulted their careers. I mean, they were both
Wow.
working actors, but they would have never become A-list actors unless they had actually written that script, got it made, got Robin Williams, got a wonderful director whose name is eluding me now, but he's a fantastic director, and gotten that studio deal, and the show blew up. They won the screenplay. They won the Oscar that year for best original screenplay.
Wow.
And it's always been, yeah, actors who I look up to who made their own thing happen. In fact, earlier today, I was just watching an interview with gosh darn it, now his name is eluding me. Taylor Sheridan. Taylor
Okay.
Sheridan, the creator of Yellowstone, the writer, creator of Yellowstone, and a bunch of other incredible series. And he was talking about he was a working adult actor for many, many years, doing guest stars on different TV shows, and never really getting to play the parts he wanted to play, and didn't really see a trajectory to get there, and just said, screw it. I'm just going to write screenplays and TV series about stuff that I want to watch. And he's a brilliant writer. And his
Wow.
whole writing career obviously has taken off. I mean, he's one of the biggest writers in Hollywood, if not the biggest. I'd say one of the
Wow.
top five. And so it's folks like that. It's a lot of actors who I look up to who make their own work, and then it tremendously catapults their career. And I thought, I've got to do that for myself. You know, I've got to write some material that I can sink my teeth into that'll be super fun. I love comedy and I feel will really resonate with the audience, and some material that I feel connected to because I have an understanding of it. And that's really what inspired me to begin writing and retweaking and retooling the show and getting it to the point where it is now, where I'm really proud of it. And I think it's awesome and funny.
That is awesome. The inspirations that you took there. I know my dad was a big fan of Yellowstone. I know he loved that
Mhm.
work. So right there, says everything you guys need to know about Justin's show. My dad doesn't really take to being a fan of something lightly. So when he gets into something, it means something. So if you took inspiration from something like that, I know it's gonna go well. I know it's gonna succeed. Um,
Thank you. Thank you.
and I want to say real quick, Justin, I know you're a busy guy. I know you're going through so much. Thank you so much for coming back on and allowing me to talk chat with you on this. It's so refreshing to see new material and new work coming from not a huge, I'm gonna say this in the best way possible. Not a huge corporation, but somebody like you who comes from the work and you know what it's like struggling and you know what it's like to be in the position that your character is currently in. So to see something like you said, write what you know, to see something that you are writing what you know about is a big refresher for television that I think the audience needs today. It's too much commercialized celebrities over here drama. It's too much big cinematic stories. We don't have personal touch anymore, and we need that. We
Mhm.
need that personal touch. And the fact that you're doing it in kind of like a you were saying how your mom hires a cameraman to come and watch you from
Mhm.
Craigslist. So to have it be in kind of like a mockumentary style format makes it
Yeah.
even funnier to think about. And
Yeah.
I can't wait to see how the cameraman interacts with you talking to these objects.
Oh, it's great. Yeah,
I'm
that is
interested to
fun,
see
Sean.
this.
Well, thank you. That I mean, you could not have said it better if I had thought of the best, most eloquent way to talk about why I wanted to make this show and the importance of it for me. And I think also the importance for the audience. So I really appreciate that. That's so kind and caring.
Absolutely.
And one of the things you hit on, which I completely 1000% agree with, is, everything is like rebooting existing intellectual property, right? It's like,
Yes.
okay, it's been done. We're seeing it again. We're seeing a spin-off. We're seeing an alternate version. And I mean, that's fine. There's an audience
Yes.
for it. And I understand why studios do it. It's safer. They've already got it in their library and they know there's a fan base for it. So from a business standpoint, I totally understand it. But somebody who's a fan of great content and wants to watch new voices and discover new voices, I'm like, I want to create original content, something brand new, something that the audience hasn't seen before, something really
Yes.
fun that they can connect with, that they're going to have joy and, bring a unique voice that is definitely has not been heard before. So I appreciate that. And you touched on something really fun. The cameraman, I thought, okay, what kind of cameraman should my mom hire? And then I thought, what would be fun? What if he's a former rapper from the 90s, but he's kind of like out of work? So he decides that he wants to be a filmmaker and is looking for gigs on Craigslist. So my mom finds him. And I mean, obviously, we only shot one episode, so there's a whole season to create, but he's great. And I feel like his character is going to have an absolute ball. And he's way more famous than my character in the show. So, like, at the end of the first episode, I definitely see him being like, I got to go to this like 90s rap nostalgia concert where I'm getting paid big bucks. You guys aren't paying me diddly. So I better get a producer credit on this mockumentary. Otherwise, I'm out of here and you guys are getting shut down. So it's like, the cameraman's going to have more power than anybody else in the entire show.
Oh no. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. I thought, well, how fun would it be to bring in like, because I loved rap growing up as a kid. And I mean, it's still popular, but when I was a kid, it was like super popular. And I thought it'd be fun to bring in like a former kind of rap star of that era who's now like transitioning into a new career, but still a way more famous and rich than I could ever even imagine.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see
super
it.
fun.
I'm
Yeah,
excited to
and
see it.
then thank you. And then I cast Karen Huey, who's an amazing actress and a dear friend. She plays my aunt. So my mom decides not only is she going to move in with me with a cameraman, but she's also going to bring in her older sister to move in with me as well, who smokes a ton of pot. She's just and she only wants to come on the show because she wants to get brand deals to be a weed influencer. And Karen is Chinese. So my mom's like, why are you casting a Chinese person to play your aunt? That doesn't make sense. Well, yeah, it does because my mom and her are adopted sisters. So it totally makes sense. And Karen is the funniest, one of the funniest people I know. She's brilliant, and she brings such a unique point of view to the character. And so it's really fun. We had a ball shooting. We shot the pilot in 3 days, and we just had so much fun. We used the script, but then we went a little off script. We improvised a little bit, and it was a ball.
Oh my God. I uh I think this is gonna be I think it could be along the line of the next Office. I think it could be
Yeah,
along the lines of what was that other show? Trailer Park Boys that did the whole mockumentary style.
right. You
Um
got it.
and then there's a new show out right now called I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called The Fall and Rise of Reggie Jenkins. Have you heard
No,
of
I
it?
haven't. Is it funny?
That one is Daniel
I got to see it.
Radcliffe and
Okay.
Tracy Morgan.
Oh
And
yeah, actually, I
yes.
know the actress on that show. I know her boyfriend very well. We had dinner in New York. She's a fantastic actress, and yeah, I mean, that's a huge cast. It's doing very well.
Yeah, it's these type of shows that bring families together and they make you
Mhm.
want to watch it as a family. And I think that
Yep.
this is along the lines of that type of a show. It's something you're gonna want to talk with your family about. It's something you're gonna want to sit down with your wife or your partner about. And it's I think it could work. I think it could really grow into something good, and I'm
Thank you,
excited
Sean.
to see it. Justin, if you don't mind, do you mind if we play a little quick clip of your show here?
Let's do it. Let's show a little quick clip. Why not?
She sacrificed everything for you.
I know, I love her, all right? But that
But
doesn't.
nothing. It's time to resurrect your career, make some TikToks, get an AI fan club, and make a reality show.
AI, AI, AI. That's all I hear about AI.
Stop with your pity party and get to work.
In this really fun Harold and Justin clip. I actually shot this in my closet. Okay, so I sat there in my closet, and we took a light bulb that was above me, and we took off the kind of the little chandelier that was around it, and just had the light bulb, so it was kind of swinging. And then my character is talking to Harold, and Harold is whipping me into shape and telling me to get my ass ready and stop being, such a it just stop being lazy and so forth. So it was so fun. And of course, when we were shooting it, it was just me looking at an air freshener. So I'm looking at this air freshener, and then off camera, the director of photography, she was wonderful. She was reading Harold's line. So I'm looking at the air freshener. She's reading Harold's line, trying to do Harold's voice, which is really weird because she's Nordic. And so she had this like kind of
Wow.
European accent. And so it was very funny. And I was trying not to crack up. I was trying to play it very serious. And then in the editing, in the magic of editing, we took that little air freshener and brought Harold to life. So I was actually having a conversation with him, which was a ball. And one of the fun things about the show is that I have an animation studio. I have a series that I do
Wow.
with the New York Yankees and the Yes Network and Hexclad.
That's
We're
right,
in
you
season
do.
3. Yeah, so we just won a hashtag sports award for best animation. I just got back from New York actually a couple
Wow.
days ago. We won, which was
Congratulations.
fantastic. Thank you. And we actually won an Emmy last year for best children's series, which was an incredible honor for the show. and it's an amazing animated children's show that's around baseball and the New York baseball world. And so with that, I've been able to take little fun animated, create these animated clips in the show, and I really want to do more of that. And when I was a kid, I grew up. I love Roger Rabbit. That was one of my favorite movies. I don't know if you ever
Oh,
saw that.
yes,
Such
I
a
love Roger Rabbit.
such a good movie.
Yes,
Such
it
a good
is.
movie.
It
It's
is.
half live action and then half animated. And I thought, how fun. We don't see that on television. It'd be really
No,
kind of neat to be able to have this live action show where we pepper in these animated characters. And that's been a lot of fun.
I love that so much, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit is actually one of my like top five favorite movies, top 10 favorite movies of all time. Just
Mhm.
Christopher Lloyd and oh my God, who's the
Oh,
other?
directed by Robert Zemeckis, who's one of the
My
biggest directors out there, who
mhm.
ended up directing Shawshank Redemption. Brilliant. It's Bob
Yes,
Hoskins.
Bob
Bob Hoskins was
Hoskins.
the
There
main
you go.
character. Oh, what
He's
a genius he was. He was so funny.
His performance was one of the first things one of the earliest memories I have about films is Who Framed
Hmm.
Roger Rabbit, Back to the
Yep.
Future.
Yep.
Robert Zemeckis touched on a lot of us with his work, and I think using Who Framed Roger Rabbit for some inspiration with this is genius, and I think
Thank you.
I'm excited to see you definitely
Yeah.
you got my interest here, and I want to.
Right.
When can we expect this to come out? I want
Well,
to.
that's a great question. I'm trying to decide. I want to release a few more little short clips. They've really resonated so well with the fans, and it's been awesome to get that feedback. And then I got to decide on the next step. Do I release the episode on YouTube, or do I, try to get an executive producer on board? So that's kind of what I'm determining what my strategy is, because obviously, if I release it on YouTube and it blows up, amazing. But if I release it on YouTube and it gets like 100 views, which is very likely because it's so hard to break through on YouTube because there's hundreds of thousands
Yes.
of things that are uploaded every single moment on YouTube.
Yes.
Then does that help it or not? So that's what I'm trying to figure out. But I love the show, and no matter what, we're going to make it happen. And I'm so appreciative of you, Sean, of highlighting it and giving me this opportunity to talk about it. So within the next 18 months, it is going to be on television. It's going to be on a network. It's going to be on a streamer. It's going to be somewhere, and we're going to be shooting more episodes. I guarantee it.
I cannot wait, and I hope that when it comes out, I hope fans love it, and I hope that fans want more, and I hope that you continue to produce more. And I see this growing. And thank you so much, Tim,
Thank
for
you.
being on here and taking your
Yep.
time. I want to ask you, do what other past works of yours? I know you mentioned Harold, which I know is a huge inspiration for your life and a huge inspiration for your work. What other inspirations of your work goes into this show? Your specific work.
I would definitely say Erie, Indiana. It's my favorite show that I ever worked on as a kid. I felt like we got cut off at the knees way too early. We
You
only did
did.
19 episodes, and it was such an incredible series that inspired many filmmakers later on to go on and create incredible shows, such as Stranger Things and many other shows.
Gary, Indiana was definitely cut way too short. A lot of TV shows today and then only gets one season.
Yeah,
And I don't think one season, no matter what show it is, it's not enough. It's not enough
not
to
at all.
justify if they, because you have to take in consideration the amount of people who record stuff, who wait for
Hmm.
it to come out on streaming now, who waited to watch it with their family on reruns back then. One
Yep.
season is never enough to justify a cancellation of any show.
You're preaching to the choir. I completely agree. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, one season is not enough to develop the characters and find out and build an audience. It takes time for people to discover a series. And what's interesting about Erie is we did it in '91, and they gave us a
Wow.
horrible time slot. We were again 60 Minutes at the time, which at that time was the number one show in America. Everybody watched 60 Minutes, and so we were against 60 Minutes. And then they preempted Erie, Indiana several times because the World Series was obviously big that year, like it is every year, and everybody was watching baseball. So they took off Erie for like 3 weeks, so nobody ever even knew where the show was. The critics loved it. The fans loved it who watched the show, but there were very few fans because they didn't give the show an opportunity.
You were talking about how your work correlates with so much from our childhood and so much from the 90s and 80s and growing up and everything. And I think it's going to hit home on nostalgia, which is honestly kind of lacking a little bit these days. Like yeah, there's some nostalgic gimmicks, but it doesn't really it's gimmicks, you know? It doesn't really
Hmm.
mean a lot. It's like, oh, look at these two cool toys at McDonald's. They remind you of like the toys you used to have back then, and that's fine. Like you were saying with certain projects and everything, like that's fine and everything. But like we want something that means something to us. We want something that resonates with what was what we knew as children and what we felt as children. And I think this show is gonna remind us what it's like being a kid and what it's like kind of like to accept the fact that we struggle and to accept the fact that we all go through hardships and all goes through all of these I guess you could say trials of from moving on from childhood to adulthood and figuring things out. What are some lessons that you have in mind to teach us from this show?
That's great. Great question. And I love that because, all the things from our childhood, biking outside and just being able to be out till dark, and
Yes.
have fun and not worried about the crazy political environment because we weren't stressed with that kind of stuff. We are just being kids and life felt so much more simple and fun and alive than I think it does now. In fact, I was just talking to a buddy of mine earlier, and we were talking about how it's like we live in LA, nobody in LA has basketball hoops up on their garage doors. Like when I was a kid, I had a basketball hoop on my garage door, like everybody did. It was like everybody in the neighborhood had them. They were so prevalent. But kids nowadays, they don't really go outside to play as much. And we're just like remarking on that sucks. So yeah, I think in the show, we want to bring back some of those fun morals and lessons that we were brought up with in the 90s, and just kind of the fun things of like perseverance, overcoming obstacles, dealing with challenges, dealing with kind of the struggles of work and figuring out a solution. All those kind of great things, friendship, that we're going to explore in the show in a really fun, entertaining way. So it's not going to be like you're hit over the head with them, but they're going to be part of the plot in a really hilarious, fun way that, as you said, I think will be great and kind of create that nostalgia because nostalgia for me is everything. I love when I see something that reminds me of my childhood. It just brings back such incredible memories, and we need so much more of that. We have some of it in society, but I feel like we need a lot more. And this is going to lean
Yes.
into that 90s nostalgia culture. We're going to bring that into the series in a really fun way that's going to resonate with the characters and resonate truly with the audience.
I'm excited to see that, and I think it's about time that we have more stuff like that. It's such a shame, like you were saying earlier, like that the political agenda of everything it has just like tarnished the feel safe at home vibe, and we need to
Hmm.
bring that back. We need to bring that
Yeah.
feeling back. We need to bring back a community, and we need to bring back a time where all of us can feel safe again. And I think this show is going to do that. I think this show is going to remind us of what it was like to have that safety and to have that happiness again. And I think it's going to really hit the nail on the head with what's missing in today's society.
I love that. Thank you. And by the way, I don't know if you can hear the sirens going on behind me. Speaking of not safe, it was like they came on cue. They came on cue to be like, yeah, we need to go back to better times when you felt safe at home. You weren't hearing sirens constantly. It wasn't just a crazy environment. So we are going to touch on all those things in the series, and it's gonna bring back warm and fuzzy memories to the fans.
I can't wait for it. I'm looking so much forward to it.
Thank you.
I have to stop for a minute because I've been staring at that held poster behind you all night. And I know that you talked to me a little bit about it earlier, and I know the fans watching this are going to be curious about that too. I was wondering if maybe you could go into that a little bit for us.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, this is Harold. Road. And guess what he's drinking in his hand? He's got a bottle of champagne because Harold is all grown up. So I actually have an amazing Harold fan who lives in North Carolina and is a big North Carolina sports fan. So he did this incredible painting of Harold, a little bit older, wearing a North Carolina basketball jersey and drinking some champagne. So yeah, Harold. And thank you to the amazing fan of North Carolina. You rock. Hey, Arnold.
Props to the fan who made that. If you guys see this, please comment below and give us a shout out and let us know if you're going to be watching Justin's new show when it comes out. Justin, if I may ask you one more question,
Of course.
what do you hope to achieve by producing this show, and how many seasons do you have planned for it?
I love it. I hope to achieve this show is going to be on a television in everybody's living room, and you're all going to enjoy it. And I've got 10 seasons planned. So let's
Wow.
go.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
Let's do it. We're going to make it, and we're going to have at least 10 seasons, and everybody's going to love it. We're going to have a ball making it, and I can't wait to have everybody be part of the process. So I'm super excited and pumped. And thanks again, Sean, for having me on your show. It was a blast the first time and even more fun the second time talking about the show. So very grateful to you.
Justin, thank you for coming on. I know you're a busy guy, but I appreciate you always making time and staying in touch. And I really look forward to this. I think you got something really special in the works here. And Seth Rogen, I know Justin has been pining for you on the internet. Seth Rogen, if you come across this video, work with him, please. He's got some magic up his sleeves that I think you are going to love. Please.
You got it. Thank you. Seth, you're watching this podcast. Reach out. Let's do this. Come on board, and we'll make this fun happen. Sean, stay in touch as you always do. Let's stay in touch on socials. And I can't wait to come back on your show soon and tell you when the air date is for It's Your Fault.
You heard it right here, ladies and gentlemen. The air date is going to be dropped here as soon as Justin knows. As soon as he figures it out, we're going to have another episode and we are going to talk more about It's Your Fault coming within this year. We are going to enjoy it and we hope you guys enjoy it too. Justin, thank you, and I hope you have a great night.
Thank you, Sean. Such a blast being on the show. Have a great night, and we'll talk soon.